welcome back to Goodies Corner, and my name is Vishali. Today I'm going to be reviewing all my favorite books because 2020 is becoming to an end, and I wanted to preview all my favorite books. But before we get started talking about all my favorite books, I'm going to tell how I got started into booktubing. First, I really didn't like reading books as much. Then I got inspired by my brother, Adi, and Adi was always reading all these books. And I just wondered if I could read a book. Then I started reading more and more books. And those were all books for comics, but here on this channel I moved to a little bit more bigger books, like chapter books. Now let's move on to talking about all my favorite books. Now I separated these into little genres. So my first genre would be my personal favorite because you always have to have a favorite book. And that always reminds me of Dork Diaries. The author for this book is Rachel Renee Russell, and I love this book. This is where Nikki lives more of a dorkish life. And then there's Mackenzie. Mackenzie is a more high popular girl, and she always cries for everything. But what I'm really desperate to see here is Mackenzie and Nikki get together or not, because I didn't finish the full series because there was still 4 books missing in the series. But I'm really, really desperate to see if Mackenzie and Nikki get together or not. Now let's move on to my next personal favorite book. That has to be Blair. Blair's author is Jennifer Castle, and this interacts with my other favorite thing to do, which is cooking, and it's mostly about cooking. The main plot is fully about cooking, where Blair has all these cooking plans and problems that she has to face through. My third personal favorite book would be Misty Inn. The author for this book is Kristen Earhart, and in this book, this is where a girl changes her whole life just because she moves to a new area, and that's sometimes relatable if you really are scared that you're moving to a new place and you may not fit in. That's what the mainly thing that happens through her adventures in this book. Now let's move on to some of my favorite comics. Click is one of my favorite comics. The author for this book is Kyla Miller. And in this book is where Olive, a named girl, and she has this variety show, and she really doesn't know how she fits in for clubs. It's kind of like Misty Inn, but she's trying to fit in for a variety show, and in that book, Misty Inn, she's trying to fit into a new area. My second favorite comic book would be Phoebe and Her Unicorn. The author for this book is Dana Simpson, and if you don't know me really much yet, I love unicorns. And this is all about a girl named Phoebe and a unicorn named Marigold goes through all these adventures, and it's always about imagination in her type of way. Now there is one last favorite author that I like, which is Raina Tegmeyer. My most favorite books that I have reviewed on hers was Guts and Sisters. I love both of the books. Guts was most of the funniest book that I thought. First Sister is where they compare how they wanted a sister back now and then the present. What's happening now as sisters when they don't like each other. And then there is Guts. Guts, like I said, is a very funny book, and this is where a girl thinks if she eats food, it will make her sick forever and forever. But she totally got something wrong, and that's what happens through this book. I really like Raina Tegmeyer because she writes all these comic books, and I really like comic books. And that's all my favorite books. Now, I do have lots of books that I want to read and post them, but as I go on, I'll reveal each of them to you guys. And also one more thing before I finish this video, that is that we have school and we have book things to do and read and post videos to you guys, and we can't concentrate on both the things. So we are thinking of doing informational videos. That's it for this video, guys. Bye!